welcome to our coverage of Comic-Con 2017 here in San Diego. I'm Julia Cunningham, and I am so amped on the cast and the crew behind Westworld. Guys, I am so amped on this. I want to know, in all honesty, because every time I'd watch an episode, I'd be like, that was mind-blowing, and then I'd have to read 30 recaps to fully understand what was happening every episode. Did you guys ever fully understand exactly what your character was doing at every moment? Ever?
Only 30 recaps?
Only 30. I mean, honestly,
about 50.
Well, that's what I want to know. When you started having these conversations and started talking about your character, would you say, okay, I understand, and then you would walk away and be like, I'm going to have to come up with 30 questions to go and ask Jonathan or something. What would you, let's start with you, maybe.
Okay. I wanted to know.
Right, of
I
course.
would not stop until I, mined that territory. And in discovering, because like you said, it's complex, but in discovering as much as you can discover, you just felt, that's when you felt really liberated. And full.
Right.
Yeah.
Ed, how about you? I mean, your character, is carries so much weight through this episode. We see so much in your eyes, but I assume you had a lot of questions even going into this project.
I'm very glad that Jonah is on the set a lot.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, there's a number of questions, but most of them get answered. The problem is, in talking to Jonah, he explains something to you in such terms that you're sitting there and you're nodding your head and you're going, yeah, but then you walk away and you go, wait a second, what the is he talking about?
Yeah. And then you go to Evan or you go to James and you say, we're all going to shoot tomorrow.
But I'm working on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting clear every day.
Every day, I'm sure, especially the interactions between your character and the character of Teddy and Dolores specifically. I think also just with continuity in this show, was it hard to keep continuity of like your emotions in check with your character when you would go set to set and sometimes do something similar to what you had done moments ago, but then the next episode your character is in a different loop? Would that be hard just emotion-wise with your acting?
Well, when you're really not sure what's going on, it doesn't really matter. I'm kidding.
Sort of.
Sort of, but I do wonder, like, is that something that like you've actually had to do like a little bit extra homework than you would have maybe in the past with this type of character with the Man in Black, or with Teddy?
No, you just try to keep track of what's going on with your character. I mean, moment to moment. So whether you're shooting episode 2, 3, 1, 4, whatever, you just have to, do your homework and know what's going on.
And James, with your character of Teddy, describe to me what you thought your relationship was with Dolores and what it became by the end. How much were you in on it, or what did you kind of comprehend of their relationship?
Well, I guess I always thought from the beginning that they were, the heart and soul of the show, or at least through my eyes. I think he envisioned a relationship with Dolores that lived outside of this park and outside of the brutality that he saw with what he did for a living, and he wanted to protect her, and obviously she knew a little more as the season progressed about what was going on, and his awakening took a little longer, and his sort of existential crisis started to begin when we finished the first season. But I always viewed their relationship as pure and honest, and one that he felt he needed to protect her. And then I realized when I saw the show that, she was the one protecting him.
She's the one that knows
right,
and sees all.
Yeah.
I mean, even with those reveals, would you sit there and watch with your families and wait to watch them react, thinking that they thought they knew what was happening? Especially maybe with your character of Maeve, that twist, were you sitting around being like, yeah, I know, in your face, it's not what you thought.
It was quite satisfying. I did get to feel smug.
Yeah, it was real smug.
Quite often, yeah. I mean, but there were things that I as an audience member, things were being revealed to me when I watched it, because we were all having these separate, experiences on the show. And
right.
I hardly saw Evan Rachel Wood on the whole season.
Right, of course.
So then...
It's because you guys are the same person.
Okay.
Wait, that's an exclusive.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
Season
Throwing the hounds up the trail.
Damn it.
But it was just such a thrill to watch what everyone else had been working on so hard, and and bringing it to life. And even now when we're shooting the new season, the words on the page, but then you get to work, you get to set, and it just
It's something
so much
completely
more,
different.
so much
I mean,
more.
Jonah, will you speak to that? How precious is everything in terms of these scripts? Do you let them play at all, or are you like, we have this mapped out to a T. Do not mess around. We've got to really lock this in.
Why mess with it?
Yeah, I mean, it's
there's
beautiful
no
writing,
need to
but
mess with it ever.
ever?
We come from the sadomasochistic school of screenwriting,
Yeah.
as you can tell. No, I think when you have a cast, and I think we have the best cast on television. It's an
Absolutely.
incredible group of people we put together. I think the whole experience was worth it just to get Ed Harris on this set.
Right, yes, the zoink and the boom, yeah.
We might create a hole in the space-time continuum right here. The wonderful thing about working with incredibly talented people is you get, and this is what's so cool about television, is you get that feedback loop. You start shooting, you start looking at what you got, and you get to, you get to play to that a little bit. You see relationships or chemistry between different people that you didn't imagine necessarily, and you adjust a little bit. And Lisa and I have a plan for where the story goes, but you have to leave a little room to kind of smell the roses along the way. So.
But episode by episode and script by script, it's pretty exact. I mean, if I want to change a word, I talk to Roberto, who's ever on a set. No, seriously.
Right.
You know, because it's the
So
dialogue
perfectly
Well,
laid
because
out.
also
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
pretty specific.
you don't know what that word might have. It might have
Right.
relevance for 3 episodes down the line.
Right.
You know, because literally everything's so specific. Us as robots, particularly, every word that we say has been designed for our characters.
Right.
So we couldn't just start ad-libbing and,
Mess up the whole continuum of space and time.
wouldn't want to do that.
No, of
That's very
course.
true. We're gonna go with that. I like that a lot.
Tell me about shooting your sequence of biting the finger off of the robot rapist and then shoving it into his mouth.
Yeah, the biting was you see, that's what we have on set. Jonah has an idea. When do you come up with them? Is it during nighttime
That's all
or is
Lisa.
it on the
All the really gross bits are Lisa.
That's
Makes me
Lisa.
take responsibility.
Ah. No, but the funniest thing for me is to see his face as he's telling what is about to happen.
Yeah.
You're very joyful watching when you do that.
Very happy.
Yeah.
They're forcing me to let you guys go, but I have to ask: are we going to get a pickup immediately? Like, will we find out what your character returns or not in the premiere? Like, are any questions going to be answered as soon as we start this new season, which you guys are working on now?
We're gonna answer questions with new questions.
Answer questions, new questions.
That's the way we roll.
I feel like the secret is actually all in Simon, the narrator, maybe. Like, I wonder if I go back to the first season, I watch him more closely, like maybe there are secrets revealed. Is that how every character kind of is?
He's the writer.
He's the writer.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting. Guys, I love the show so much.
Don't say anything.
Don't say that. You're like, nope.
That's the thing about this show, Con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zip it. Guys, congratulations on all the Emmy nominations. They're so well deserved. You guys are absolutely wonderful. I cannot wait for the new season, which is coming at some point in 2018 on HBO. You can see more coverage, updates, all sorts of stuff at EW.com. This, amazing. Westworld. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you.
Stay here for more coverage, EW.com.